Welcome. I'm Red, your host from the Keeping It Raw with Red show on World Type Radio WHRFM. I'm sending my love and blessings to all of you during this unprecedented time in our history. I hope you're staying home safe and loving on your families. At the very start of the U.S. being affected by COVID-19, I had the opportunity to interview one of the frontliners, nurse practitioner Herline Raphael. Please listen in to part one of that interview.
Fantastic. How are you?
Oh, awesome. I love it. I love your spirit. I am doing well. But I'm going to tell you, you are truly amazing. Did you say that you just got off of working a 12-hour shift?
I just got off working 12 hours, 8 12-hour shifts.
8 12-hour shifts.
Yes.
How do you manage that?
So I follow a really interesting regime. There's a program that I like to utilize, a lifestyle program that I like to utilize on my clients that I also apply to myself. And I call it the NESS lifestyle program. NESS. N-E-S-S.
N-E-S-S.
N-E-S-S. NESS lifestyle program.
Okay.
What does that mean, right?
Yes, what does that mean?
Nutrition, N for nutrition, E for exercise, S for sleep, and the second S is for some sort of spirituality. Now, because I work nights,
yes,
and I am depleted of the S for sleep, I try to compensate by increasing all the other elements of the NEST program into my life. So for example, when I am working those 7, 8 hours straight, 12-hour shifts, where sleep is depleted, I increase or I double my nutrition. What does that mean, double your nutrition, Herline? It really basically means I still avoid the flour, I avoid the sugar, the processed foods, but I increase my vegetables. So instead of having your regular 6 to 8 servings of vegetables, I have about 10 to 12 servings of vegetables per day when I work. And I love to do that because not only am I getting all the very good micro and macronutrients that's necessary for vitality, I'm also incorporating the fiber that I need for pre and probiotics to keep my immune system up. I'm also incorporating the calcium, the vitamin C.
And the vitamin D, vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin D is good for in the exercise part. When I go outside for my run, my walks, you get it from the sun.
Wow. Okay.
So I increase all those other elements so I could do better. For my system could do better because I'm not following the law as I should. With the rest part. And so you would say, well, your skin looks great. Yeah, my skin looks great because I really follow the 10 to 12 vegetable regime with my everyday smoothies and my healthy fats.
So I'm going to have to increase my vegetables and my vegetables, not so much my fruit.
Yes, your vegetables. And this is the time.
Yes.
This is the time so that we all can think about all those preventative lifestyle measures to stay healthy.
Yes.
So with COVID-19 right now, the number one prevention, you've heard about washing your hands and all the other stuff, but the number one prevention is making sure that the body, the immune system stays healthy. Anything that you can do to boost your immune system, right now is a time for you to follow that preventative lifestyle law. Because at the end of the day, here's the good thing, whether it's COVID or the flu. At the end of the day, if the body is depleted, if the body is diminished, if the body is tired, if you're stressed, you have created a medium that is susceptible to infection. Right? So when the body is nicely rested, you're hydrated, you're consuming all the proper appropriate nutritions. Let food be your medicine, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
You're consuming all the proper appropriate nutritions. The body is at optimal. That means chances are if you are exposed to something, the body is able to fight or ward off that something, whether it's COVID, the flu, whatever it may be, the common cold, right? That's important, guys. If the body is healthy, if the body is at its optimal, you are able to ward off, fight off those infection, meaning that those symptoms may be less. You may not have those the fever, you may not have the cough, you may not have the pneumonia because the body is fighting it off. Good point, but it's a point that I follow every time, especially when I'm working.
So it's how you live.
It's your lifestyle.
It's your
how
lifestyle.
You live.
And so now in these times, right, like right now with the pandemic, it's just your body is prepared. And then you double up on it, or you're saying that you go the extra mile with it.
So right now with the pandemic, as a healthcare provider, so you know, I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm a board certified nurse practitioner.
Yes.
I am certified as an acute care provider as well as a holistic wellness provider. Here in this office, at the capacity that I practice, I strictly prefer to practice the holistic alternative aspects, where when you come in with your cold, I share alternative, holistic, natural remedies as opposed to prescribing the medication. I do believe that the medication has its place. I do believe that the medication, there's a time that you need it, but the goal is for us to wean off the medications and utilizing lifestyle modalities like the NEST program, right? Lifestyle modalities to keep the body at bay so that we can in turn reach a well-being and quality of life. Now the other hat that I wear, I'm an acute care provider. What that means is I work in the hospital as a hospitalist. I represent your physician in the hospital setting. When you come in to the emergency room, if you have to stay in the hospital and you need to be admitted, I am the provider that comes to your bedside and admit you into the hospital and manage your care. With this pandemic COVID right now, because, again, we are exposed and because we are susceptible to being exposed to the virus, not only COVID, it is flu season as well.
Right.
I take optimal measures. Like I said, if the days that I'm working, I take more of the vegetables. That is not the day that I'm going to add a little extra sugar in my coffee. I get rid of the sugar because sugar, like infection likes sugar.
Right.
Right? That's the day that I will drink more water. You know, we've talked about water, right?
Yes.
Half of what you weigh in ounces. So if you weigh 100 pounds, 50, half of your what you weigh, which is 50 pounds, you'll have 50 ounces of water for the 24-hour period. That's providing that you don't have any problems with water retention or heart failure. So I try to do the best that I can to double on those lifestyle positive behaviors, avoiding the pizza, the fast food, avoiding the dairy, avoiding the dairy.
Stay away from the dairy.
Stay away from the dairy. Again, increase my green vegetables. The cruciferous ones are my favorite ones. You know, the cabbage, the broccoli, arugula, bok choy, radish. Those are my favorite guys when I'm boosting my immune system because they have special properties that helps get rid of toxins. And then vitamin C. Everybody knows me. I am the vitamin C queen. So instead of taking 1,000 milligrams, when I'm working, I take 3,000 milligrams to keep my immune system up.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear that because I always thought if you take that one packet, that one, vitamin C, the effervescent that you put in your water, that was
the
enough.
emergency.
Yes, the emergency, but it's not. And when you told me, no, make sure you're doing 3,000. I said, oh my goodness, I've been doing it all wrong.
Well,
So-
you're not doing it wrong.
No, but that's good to know.
Yeah, you're not doing it wrong. So the big thing with vitamins, and I'll just give me a minute to chime on vitamins real quick. When you think of vitamins, there are two types of vitamins. Two categories, excuse me. There is a water soluble and there's a fat soluble. So the water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C, once you take it in, it filters through your kidneys. Even if you take, 10,000.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow for part 2 and back to the interview.
So when you think of vitamins, there are 2 types of categories. You have the water-soluble and you have the fat-soluble vitamins. So vitamin C is a water-soluble. When you take the vitamin C, the body processes it and excretes it out of the body through your urine. And the interesting fact about vitamin C is that you cannot overdose on vitamin C because it does not accumulate in your blood. Versus vitamin D now, vitamin D is a fat soluble. If you take too much vitamin D, it can accumulate in your bloodstream, creating an overdose. So vitamin C, again, it is safe. It is safe to take 3,000, and again, if you're not feeling well, you can increase it as much as you want. Again, you gotta talk to your provider. Don't take my word for it, but make sure you're following your provider, making sure that your kidney function is okay, making sure that your electrolytes are okay, and go on and take care of yourself.
Okay, that's good information.
Thank you so much, Herline. Thank you so much for that very valuable information. I thank you for being my guest, and we look forward to part 2 of my interview with nurse practitioner Herline Raphael. Thank you. God bless you. Be safe, guys.